All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our next MESCcares program, A Glimpse into Your Inner World with Hanna Meshell, who's an artist and educator at the Autry Museum and also at the Norton Simon Museum, and my colleague as well. And so, Hanna, if you would like to do a little introduction about your program.
Of course. So welcome, everyone. I'm so happy to be here with a community via interface. So today we'll be engaging in a mandala making workshop. It's called A Glimpse into Your Inner World because it is meant to facilitate a little time for introspection. So a mandala is a geometric design in Hindu, Buddhist, Jain art that is meant to represent the cosmos, which is all space and matter within a well-organized whole. Today we'll be making two-dimensional mandalas. Mandalas are also three-dimensional and are actually inspired by temple floor plans. So they are used as meditative guides. So my first experience with a mandala was when I was 9 years old, and I went to a mandala making workshop with my mom and my brother for her birthday. And my brother ended up creating a propeller out of his paper, and my mom made like a shrine to like a fertility goddess. So that being said, your mandala should be your own, and we can go forward with that mindset. Before we get started, if anyone would like to share their own experiences with mandalas or their understanding of what a mandala is, we'll open that up for discussion if you'd like to unmute yourself. Just a short amount of time. And if not, we can just get started, which is perfect. Okay, so you should have gathered a few art making materials. Most important is your square piece of paper. Mine will be blue today. If you do not have a square piece of paper, on your worksheet, we've also provided little geometric stencils if you'd like to use these as a printout instead. Next, you will need a pencil. And I didn't include this in the instructions. If you have a ruler or a straight edge lying around, you can use that. If not, you can simply divide your paper into 4 equal sections by folding it. These 4 sections can be divided diagonally or vertically and horizontally. So I'll be doing that now. And make sure to use pencil here because you will be erasing some of these marks. Okay, so my paper is divided into 4 sections now. Now in the middle of your paper, you'll be using a small bowl or maybe a cup, and you'll use these as a stencil. So you'll place this in the middle of your paper. and simply trace around it. And don't worry if it's perfect, but there's mine, if you can see. Now with your larger plate or bowl, simply place it over your first circle to create a larger circle. All right. Now, when everyone is ready, I'll give us a few more seconds, but when everyone is ready, we're going to clear our minds through a little visualization exercise. Oh, thank you, Britt, for the updates. That's very helpful. Thank you. Okay, so from what I can see, it looks like people are ready. So if everyone would like to sit comfortably, maybe lean back in their chairs, find a posture that works for them. I learned through one of the MESC programs that it takes 3 deep breaths to clear your mind. So we're going to be doing that to begin. So if everyone could please take a deep breath. And then try closing their eyes if that's comfortable. And one more. Now with your eyes still closed, I would like you to imagine yourself as an avatar in your mind. So this could be a figure that represents you. It could be a color. It could be an abstract shape. Whatever is coming into your imagination. Now I'd like you to place that avatar in the middle of a room, a large room. And this room is going to be divided in 4 equal sections. These 4 sections will be your 4 points of self. This can be a reflection on how you're feeling today, or it can be an understanding of yourself holistically. Now I'd like your avatar to travel into your first room. And this room will represent your physical world. And I'd like you to decorate this room with what comes to mind. What's important in your physical, material world. Is it loved ones? Is it nature? Is it a book? When you're ready, I'd like you to travel into an adjoining room. And this room will be about your emotional space. So how you're feeling. Is there joy? Is there disappointment? Are you feeling free? trapped, whatever's coming up for you. When you're ready, I'd like you to travel down or next door to another room and think about your mental state. What are you thinking about? What are you learning? Where are you investing your energy? And finally, we'll move into the room dedicated to our spirituality. This doesn't have to be religious. It just has to be how you see yourself fitting in, let's say, the cosmos. How you're relating to a bigger understanding of where you fit. I'd like you to bring your awareness to your surroundings, and when you feel ready, gently open your eyes. To solidify this experience, I'd like us to just take some notes about what we were thinking about. Now you can do this on your computer, maybe on the back side of your mandala, which is what I'm going to be doing, or on a scratch piece of paper if you have it handy. I'll give us about 2 to 5 minutes to do this. And I'd like to encourage people to focus on the visual imagery they were imagining in their minds. This might help us if we feel stuck later. I'll give us about 30 more seconds just to jot down final notes. Of course, if you want to return to this, feel welcome. All right. So today you will be the protagonist of your own mandala. Looking at your mandala, the center of it, which is where the smaller circle is going to contain your avatar, your representation of yourself. This is where we get to use our drawing materials. Today I'm using colored pencils, but you're also welcome to use maybe collage materials. I wrote in the worksheet, even eggshells could be fun, whatever is calling to you. Be sure to erase the ruler marks that you made in the middle of your center circle. You will not need those anymore. And I would like to mention that the lines that we've drawn are guides, they're not boundaries. So please feel free to move past them and get creative. Before we move forward, are there any questions? I'm not sure if anyone has entered later, but everyone okay? Awesome, great. Okay, so here's where I also recommend to put on some music. Get comfortable, you are all muted. So whatever you're listening to, whether it be Taylor Swift or Tchaikovsky, no one will know. So you can just enjoy it. Now the structure of our mandala will look like this. In the center will be our depiction of ourselves, our avatar. And each section that we've drawn within the larger circle will be each room that we investigated. So your emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical. And you'll decorate each space with what you were thinking about. I recommend starting from the middle and then venturing outwards. Of course, if you want to do this differently, you are welcome to. But at this point, you are pretty free, but please ask me any questions as we move through, and I'll check in with you periodically. Okay? All right. So since we only have 5 more minutes of our workshop, unfortunately, I'd like to share what my mandala is looking like. And it's looking like this. If anyone can see, I was focusing on my spiritual reality, my physical reality, and my avatar. And I'd just like to open this up to see what anyone else is working on, if they'd like to share, or to hear about what people are thinking or feeling, what this experience has been like. Oh, thanks, Becca. I'm so glad that you're enjoying it.
Yeah, I would say I so appreciated the chance to just like take a moment and reflect on, I kind of reflected on my day, I think for some of them, like my emotional one in particular, but then kind of zoomed out for my physical space, and kind of did something like this. Where I'm a little falcon in the middle, and then have like emotional, physical, spiritual, and mental. Yeah, looking kind of different. So it was really nice to like think about all those things and visualize them.
Yeah, it's nice to visualize. You made symbols
Yeah.
of these different realities. So you put how you're feeling into this other being, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Would anyone else like to share? No pressure.
I'll go ahead and share. So I drew this.
Oh, another bird.
look like a hummingbird, which is very symbolic in my family since we lost my sister, which is about actually 8 years ago tomorrow. I'm thinking about her a lot recently, and whenever we see hummingbirds, it's always at the time when we talk about her. So it's like, oh, we see it as her coming and visiting us. And then in the spiritual, I put the planets, so I can tell my 5th grade astronomy teacher that I know the planets. And then physical, I was thinking of my family as well. So I put the hummingbird's heart, and then 6 flowers to represent the 6 family members that we have. And then the mental and the emotional I was trying to get to, but it's something that I think at the moment I've been like struggling with. So maybe I subconsciously decided not to work on those.
Yeah,
This helped me like kind of think and just take a moment to really think about those things. Is sometimes the only thing that you need to get started on recognizing what you need and how best can you seek out that help.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate how family oriented your reality is.
Maybe because those are the only people that I've interacted with in the last month or so, so that might have to do something with it.
That makes sense. I think a lot of us are there. Definitely. Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of hummingbirds lately also, which is always special and magical.
Let me put on the camera. Mine is not well, I'm not an artist, but birds seem to be a like motif here.
Wow.
At a little case.
Wonder what that's about.
For the emotional, I kind of felt like this feeling of being overburdened with things or like overwhelmed with things. So that, and then mental, I'm hopeful. So this is a very bad image, but it was meant to be a light of the end of the tunnel.
Oh, I see that.
Physical, I do have a backyard, and I do like, so I'm like focusing on the bit of nature, and then I also do this. I started at MESC. I used to work in Palm Springs, which has a lot of creosote. So this is an attempt at a creosote bush.
Oh, cool.
Because I miss that smell. And for spiritual, I'm looking at kind of sky and then a lot of birds and sun and sunsets and all that.
Yeah. It's interesting. I associate birds personally with freedom. And I wonder if that's something that we're thinking about a lot right now. But I really like how you created almost a landscape out of yours, Carolina. Very interesting. Yeah.
Can have access to.
Yeah. Very cool. Well, it is 4 o'clock. And I want to thank you all so much for joining me in this workshop. And thank you, MESC, for letting me do this. It's so nice to have a community. Thank you. Yes, community.
And thank you, Hannah, for leading this mandala workshop. I'm still working on mine, but I thought it was a really great way to kind of like slow down and think about the world around us and our inner thoughts. And just to sort of close really quick, I'm going to share my screen and show that. So everybody, thank you for attending our program on MESCcares. It's going to be every Monday until June 1st, except for Memorial Day. And also check out Hannah's website and Instagram here. And then if you feel inclined to post your mandalas, your artwork on Instagram, you can also tag MESC, follow us at @officialmesc or tag #MESCcares. And let me go back to the regular screen. Our next program will be next Monday, of course, from 2 to 3:30, and facilitated by artist and educator Meshell and Denise. And it's called Out of the Field, an Hour and a Half with a Flower. So participants can get a flower, and Meshell can go into more detail, but there will be botanical diagrams and drawings as well. And also, please apply to our next round of proposals. It's already been posted on our website. So we welcome proposals that are ongoing, rolling proposals. All right, any last questions or comments? All right. Oh, Alice, you want to?
Again, Hannah?
Yeah.
It was hard to say.
Little emoji.
Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye
guys.
all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Until next